Congratulations on your appointment as President of the Chamber of Mines of South Africa. What do we need to do, in your view, as President, to restore normal labour relations in South Africa?
When I was talking to all of the members a few days ago, we talked about the word engagement. It's about conversations, whether it be with employees, whether it's amongst us as members of the Chamber, with the Minister, with the government in the broadest sense, and literally with the people of South Africa. I think it's important for us to get our story across. I think most people get that we're South Africa's most important industry. Certainly I've been disappointed that small interest groups have used the industry to try and further their own political or other ends. That's been disappointing, but I think we're coming together now as an industry. We'll be stronger as a consequence of this. I think we've got to engage more effectively on the ground and make sure that we address with the government those social issues that are hurting all of us and how they connect to the mining operations, the communities in which we work. We've got to get those conversations right to go forward together.
What social compacts and agreements have to be reached so that we prevent another Marikana in South Africa?
We can't just stay in our own operations and ignore what's happening around us. We've got to be part of the community. So I'm imploring everybody to get involved in your local communities and become part of that community in every sense of the word.
Some people feel that there are human dignity issues within the mining industry. They refer to migrant labour, not best practice being followed. They refer to accommodation, sometimes not of the best. How do we improve human dignity? Is this important in your view?
Well, I think it's the most important issue. We have a saying here at Anglo Gold Ashanti, people are the business. People aren't assets, people aren't resources, people are much more important than that. We've got to live that value in terms of everything we do on a daily basis. So, for example, us as a company, we've invested 400 million rand in reconstructing the whole accommodation setup for the company. So we have people who live in single unit accommodation, family accommodation units, they live in the local communities, and we've still got some stuff we have to do. So we've committed another 400 million rand the next 3 years to be spent both on accommodation and investment in local community facilities and structures to ensure that everybody is treated with dignity and respect, that we are a vital member of those communities, we are making a difference, and we're part of a broader community solution. At the same time, the Minister has made it part of her platform, certainly central to her platform, that our spending in terms of the social and labour plans has to be prioritised, it has to be pushed harder, and we have to make sure that in every sense, every individual is respected for who they are, they're treated with dignity and respect, so that we can become true partners in terms of growing and being working partners for the future.
But then productivity-wise, I mean, we really are behind the world, and how we have to lift this productivity. What do we do to increase productivity on our mines?
Well, I think the only way that we get there is firstly as managers or as leaders and managers, we have to change our management practices to involve everybody in the planning of their work and making sure that we're removing barriers to them working safely and productively. First issue. Second issue is in listening to employees and giving them an opportunity to help create the workplace that will help them be more productive. We have to engage in those conversations, so it has to be a real partnership instead of the traditional us and them. That has to change. And I think the third element is we've got to structure our workplaces, whether it's time or the way we operate, to be more productive. For example, in the gold sector, we only work 240 days or 270 days a year against our industry competitors that work 365 days a year. Now, I'm not suggesting, I'm saying that individuals shouldn't have to work that. No change to what we're currently doing, but the mine itself has to be available for production so that we can be competitive. If not, we're going to lose jobs. There is absolutely no doubt. We have to do it differently. We have to do this together and at the same time address those social issues. And I think we can do both together. We can improve our productivities by 15% over the next 12 months. We can create a viable long-term industry, and with that protect employment in the industry.
And our backs are to the wall now, and this is tragic events of Marikana. But perhaps we can use this positively. Is this an opportunity to really rebuild a new social compact and a new industry?
Look, as an Aussie, I've been here for 5 years, and the one thing I've learned about South Africans, in particular sporting teams, when South Africans have their backs to the wall, that's when they are, one, probably the most dangerous if you're in a sporting team playing them, or at their most creative in terms of working with them to find solutions for the future. And I think that's where we are, and that's why I'm an optimist about 2013. We're going to turn it around. We're going to turn it around together because our back's to the wall, and that's when South Africans stand up and take on the real challenges, and we will create a new future together.